Yes, yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous three-point conversion station. Keep it locked.
Yes, yes. We are back inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. I am Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And I really do mean that because we were off last week. I guess we were out last week, out in Miami, representing the three-point conversion sports lounge and the three-point conversion. Having a great time. But I'm glad to be back home, man. It's good to be back home. Get to talk sports now and talk about what's going on. Because I'm not going to lie, man. We missed a lot just dealing with what was going on out there in Miami. But I'm glad you can be with us. And again, it's where we talk sports, man. We're going to have some fun today. A lot to talk about. A lot of people to talk to. Man. We're back at, first of all, I hope everybody is doing great and wonderful, because I know I am. I'm not doing this by myself. Got my road dogs who was with me every step of the way. I was with them every step of the way. First off, my engineer, G. What up, G?
And your producer, yo.
See, Muggs want to go to the Super Bowl, and now they want to act all funny. Producer, engineer, background check, the who come up with the choreography and everything. That's G.
Songwriter. I play the drums.
Does everything. But y'all know G does everything for real. We appreciate G, man. Then I got my road dog, my partner in crime, D Intellectual. What up, D?
What up, what up, what up, what up?
What's going on, man?
Man, chilling. It's snowing.
It is. You turn me up some? I'm sorry, y'all. Not the next one. Right there, just a little bit. Yep. There we go. A little bit more. All right, y'all. But yeah, it's snowing. Felt like we in Chicago. Well, it looked like we in Chicago. It looked like coming out on 20, the snow was coming. I don't know how it is now, but it was coming down.
Yeah,
like,
it's
really.
coming down, but it ain't.
I'm talking about it was coming down. No, it was to the point where like, okay, but it was like for a few seconds, then it stopped.
That ain't making no noise, man.
Nah, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. But hey, we still here though. You know, y'all don't know what it is to be in Georgia when it's snowing. You're not worried about the weather per se. It's more so
it's slipping and sliding.
Slipping and sliding because they don't have any salt trucks, and then people don't know how to drive in this, and so hey. But yeah, man, we're back, man, and got a lot to talk about, man. We we were either, I think D just got there. We were on the road, and when we heard about the news of Kobe Bryant, and so we hadn't really had a chance to really say or talk about the situation. I almost even process it, but it's been a lot of talk about how should they celebrate his life, the NBA. Not necessarily, we're not talking about the All-Star game or this year, because we know about the double patches they're trying to do for him and David Stern, but we're talking about just going forward. A lot of people said that they should retire his number, or they should change the logo, or they should do this. A lot of stuff that, a lot of what's the options they have or opinions given out. We're going to give ours today, so that we're definitely going to do that. Also, we're going to talk about, man, it was Trade City, wasn't it?
Man.
Everybody and mama got traded.
Moves got made. Like moves.
Like the Hawks traded everybody but Trae Young, John Collins, and the rookies, it seemed like. So we're going to talk about that, who won the trades.
About those rookies.
Who looked good and everything. Also, we have special guest, Marshall. I ain't even going to take his line. We got Marshall Faulk. We got the great one on today, man. We're going to talk about just where he stand, in history, and then, there's a lot of stuff made about the Pro Bowl and how they not playing. I didn't even watch it. Thank God I was on the road, but thank God. But we're going to touch on that as well, man. Also, we have Deshaun Tate from 92.9 The Game. He's going to come in and talk college basketball. It's about to get close to March Madness, man. You ready?
Yeah. Yes.
All of these
Interesting, exciting. Anything can happen. It's already been going down this year,
right.
so
Right, with the upsets and everything. And then we have Coach, I guess it's Steph. I hope I'm saying it right. Stefan and TJ Brown, they will be here. They're hosting the 2020 Top Shelf Performance Wide Receiver Academy. And, we always like to help our people out. It's going to be in California, but we're going to give them a chance to talk about it, talk about what it does for the youth and what's the after effects, of being there and coaching them and mentoring them. So, and then, of course, we got Dr. Followit, Ask a Doc. So we have a loaded show ahead of us. Make sure you let your family and friends know they can listen to the show live on 1100 AM, WWWE The Real on the radio. Also, we're on Facebook Live, the 3 Point Conversion Facebook page. We're on Radio Now, iHeartRadio, and tune in. So check us out. But right now, it's time to get to these quick hits. Let's get it. All right, so first off, I want to talk about XFL. So I don't know if y'all know, but the XFL starts today. D, what's your thoughts, man? Are you excited or?
not really. I'm gonna watch it and see what's to it, but I mean, based on the last experience of it, how excited can you get, right?
Right.
I mean, and that's just what our last experience was. We're hoping that the next experience will be better, but just based on the last experience, I mean, how excited can you get?
No, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Because last year, remember the first game was kind of cool. We saw when they had to go for the fumble, whoever got it got the kickoff and all of that. But like you said, it started to fizzle out, and it got. Whatever. But we'll see now. They look like they took their time to do this time. So we'll see what happens. Moving on. The Houston Astros front office molded their sign stealing system by way of a program called Codebreaker. How ironic. Which was introduced by an intern in 2016. So the staffers would log the catcher's signs and subsequent pitches into a spreadsheet, and Codebreaker would determine how the signs related to different pitches. Wow. Then the information would be communicated to the hitter by base runner via an intermediary. So that's a lot, bruh. They took their time in that and put money in it.
Snitches get stitches. I'm still hollering that. Because, not for nothing, right? But if Fam hadn't came out and said nothing, would we even be talking about this?
True.
And you're not doing it for the integrity of the game because you was a part of it.
Right.
You're just not a part of the organization no more. So you going. It's like you and your best friend get into it and you tell all his secrets to somebody else.
Right.
Nah, man, I'm going to take that to the grave. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? And then look what it's turned into.
A circus. Now you affected all other teams.
Man. It's gonna be crazy.
People getting fired and stuff.
If Fam come up smelly somewhere, floating in the river somewhere. Seriously, man, that's a lot, bro. Carlos Beltran, Cora. You know what I mean? Millions of dollars lost.
Right.
Because one dude
snitched because he was salty. Man. Moving on. The NFL Players Association player representatives and members of the union executive committee met for an approximately 8 hours Thursday in Los Angeles, but no decisions were made regarding the approval of new collective bargaining agreement with the league. The players and they've been discussing the new CBA, talking about going from 16 to 17 games, which I don't like. But they've been talking about that and reduced training camp practice. And I mean, to me, I understand that, but why you want to reduce it? I think that's the problem. That's why people getting hurt. We already reduced it. As you see more people getting hurt. I missed the two-a-days. I know I don't have to participate in it, but at least with the two-a-days, you didn't see as many people tear their ACLs, or you didn't see, people were ready at the beginning of the season. Some of these games that they're losing in the beginning because of not practicing and not the rigorous training camps, they've cost teams to be in the playoffs.
And just thinking about it, that maybe should have been one of the questions we asked all the players. And, we didn't even think about that whole thing, right? But we definitely should have got their input. And even just from just hearing what they've been saying, they don't want a 17th game. They actually want y'all to cut preseason games.
Right.
But the owners want that bag. They, you know what I'm saying? They thinking about what that 17th game probably going to bring them millions.
Right.
Just one game going to bring them millions.
Right.
But what it's doing to these players' health. We had a lot of interviewers, but the older people that sat down and talked with us, how were they getting up?
Yeah. Slow and everything.
Yeah, like we had to help them up. And it's not nothing towards them, you know what I mean? They did what they did for their job. But, come on, man.
Yeah, the players are definitely against the 17th game. And a lot of fans don't want to see it either. So, and and the way that they would do it is they would just cut the preseason to 3 games and that fourth preseason game, we're just going to make that a regular season game.
But what would be why? And
then you know what? You know what's going to happen? Now people, I'm not playing the first regular season game. Like if I were players, right, I'd be like, if it passed.
That was a proposal that we talked about a few months ago, to where if it was an 18-game season, each player could play 16 games max. So they would pick the 2 games that they're going to miss or something to that effect. So it would be that kind of system. But even that,
how's it going to work? Because me being a player, right, and I'm on some to heck with these owners. I'm not going to tell my quarterback and my wide receiver and my first string, let's all sit out the same games.
And then whatever the players want, the owners are going to want something. They want that 17th game. And it's going to come down to whatever the players want. Do you want? You want less practices? You want guaranteed contracts? We want the 17th game.
No, I don't want. And the players are like, no, I just don't want the 17th game. That's what.
But look, we got to go. But no, I'm with you, D, and I'm with that just don't. It's a lot that don't make sense, man. But moving on, the NFL League office is looking for a VP of sports betting. The job description, per the report, focuses on 4 primary duties: continuing to protect the integrity of the game, advancing the NFL's brand and reputation, driving fan engagement globally, and growing the value of the NFL's data and intellectual property. You think that'll work out?
Yeah, it's going to. It's about money.
But I'm worried about what if the players get involved in that?
Then you're gonna be like Pete Rose.
True.
I mean, there's nothing further to go on beyond that.
Now you'll get, but I guess what I'm saying is they'll get banned once they get caught 8 years later.
Right.
But what will it do? Do you? Well, let me
It's not going to be 8 years later because it's not 1960 again.
Yeah.
Everything is
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that players are not play hard because they want to lose? You think it'll be that tight?
I think the way that players are paid today, they wouldn't risk making $400,000 off of a bet when they making $400,000 for a game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you really getting from the bet?
True. Good point. Moving on, Baylor announced Friday it will suspend 14 baseball players for their involvement in a February 2019 hazing incident. Baylor Athletic Director Mac Rhodes said each upperclassman will be suspended 2 games. Rhodes noted that the suspensions will begin with the season opener on February 14th and will be staggered over 3 weeks because of the number of players involved. No specific details have been released. I mean, this has been going on for years, man, hazing. And
how bad was it? And what I mean by this, if it was some bad stuff, then I'd say take them off the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Two games?
Right.
Did anybody get hurt? What did it do to these kids' spirits, right? Like, you got to think of some of these kids that may have gotten hazed, right? Some of these kids never gonna play ball again. Some of these kids don't want to go to college. Some of these kids are scarred for life, right?
Right.
And the players get what, 2 games? Nah, that's not enough, man. Kick them off the team.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. The Knicks plan to make top creative artist agency agent Leon Rose the president of basketball operations. Rose was the former agent for LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony and currently reps Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker. The hire will be made official when Rose divests from his company. It's rumored that he plans to bring on William Wesley, a.k.a. Worldwide West, to his staff.
10 years too late?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because it was about 10 years ago when they could have got, like, remember we heard Worldwide West name everywhere? Mm-hmm. It was about 8-10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
When they could have got D-Wade, woo.
Right.
So now you're going to do it? I ain't going to say Worldwide West don't have no pool, but he don't have the pool he had 10 years ago.
Well, the thing now is he doesn't, like, he's not the mysterious figure as far as players go. He's mysterious figure among coaches. And the guy he's closest with is John Calipari. So does that mean John Calipari is coming to the Knicks?
He said he's not coming. He said it yesterday. And I know you can say one thing, but when that money come and
they haven't offered enough money yet.
But who want to come to the Knicks?
Right. All right, that's gonna wrap up quick hits. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back with the hot topic. Keep it locked.
Hey folks, Handsome Josh is here to reveal some big news to all the AM 1100 listeners.
I have an app.
That's right, you can now check out all your favorite programs right here on The Real with The Real 1100 app. Whether it's sports, entertainment, or lifestyle, The Real 1100 definitely has you covered.
So why don't you just tell me how much it's going to cost me?
And here's the best part. It's available in your Google Play or Apple App Store, and it's free to download.
Actually, you can count me in on this one.
So download the Real 1100 app today and stay in tune with The Real.
If you love it, your favorite music, news, talk, sports, and you want to hear it, it's in the palm of your hand. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
What's up, man? It's Metal World Peace. Shout out to the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Get ready. From the oven to your ears, it's now time for the hot topic.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And this is the hot topic. First, I want to definitely give a shout out to my barber, Mr. Dwayne Chambers, a.k.a. Simha the Barber, located at Cindy Cuts Barber Shop. Man, you can follow him on Instagram at Simha the Barber. That's SIMHATHEBARBER. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, you know, of course, the sad news of Kobe Bryant. I still hadn't been able to process it because of what's been going on last week, and then even coming back this past week trying to rest and
catch up
and get rejuvenated and everything. So I still hadn't been able to process it. So it's still like I saw it the other day. I was like, okay, this still don't make sense. But in saying that, we talk about this situation with Kobe, and, you know, it's been a lot of people crying out, hey, we need to do something special, which I agree. But there's a lot of things they're saying we should either retire his number. No one can never wear 24 and maybe or 8. I don't know if it's both. They were saying, they were saying change the logo. I mean, it was just a lot of people, you know, a lot of options came about.
Right.
But even before we get into that, do you think the NBA should take its time with this situation and wait and not react emotionally or, you know, on impulse?
Yeah. So for me, right, like, let's say the Lakers didn't win the championship this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that they were going to win it, but this is like a backstory. Like,
right.
Not saying the NBA is over or fans are over, but fans 2 weeks past it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers as a team still going through it. You know what I mean? Like, Kobe was there consistently.
Right.
So them as a team, they're still going through it. So even the NBA, meaning, you know, the bigger part of it and the thought process, right,
mm-hmm.
is still going through it. So it's still emotional. So with your question, maybe they need to give it the whole season and have an off season and, like, think about something that's great. I know one was thing, like you said, one of the things that was mentioned, retiring this and no numbers. And, you know, we talked about it while we were gone. It's a drastic step. If players that come in and want to come in just don't want to get the number, or those that already have the number want to do something else, cool. Somebody that have 8 want to go with 44 or 62 or 26 or whatever, that's cool. You know what I mean? But I do think that they emotions are high.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, the NBA don't know the NBA without Kobe. And I'm just saying the last 20 years, you know, not the last, you know, the years the NBA been around, but you can't think of the NBA without Kobe if you're 20 years old or younger. If you're 25, that you can't see the NBA without Kobe.
Right.
So that's very emotional. I do think they need to take their time because I don't want it to be botched, right? Like, I don't want it to be a knee-jerk reaction or just, you know what I mean? It needs to be something that's special.
Because, I mean, and I said this too. I said it when we were talking about it before. You know, for instance, I mean, we say what is the best way. So, but, like, they're talking about retiring jerseys. You know, we love Kobe, you know, and to put it out there, y'all know, if anybody know me, I was always big on Kobe. It was Michael Jordan, and after that, it was Kobe Bryant, you know. So, in saying that, I think when you're talking about retiring jerseys, yes, this is a tragic moment. You hate that he passed away like that, but I think you're stepping on a lot of other people's toes, players' toes in the past. I mean, we talk about a guy like Wilt Chamberlain. What have we done for him? Yes, he didn't have a tragic death, but look what this man did. The numbers he put up. You know, I know Jordan is alive, but come on. When we talk about the league, who is it? Jordan. You know, Magic, Bird. It's a lot of them that is alive, but I don't, or passed away, and I don't think that retiring those jerseys, 24 and 8, I think that'll be stepping over people that paved the way, that did things that should be honored that hadn't been honored yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that, and we chopped it up about that a little bit too. And I feel what you're saying about that, but I feel like, all right, I can see the Wilt part, right? Because he has nothing for him. Bill Russell got the Finals MVP trophy. However, when it comes to Mike, like, and this is how I feel, like, when something happened to Mike, you know, God bless him, hopefully, you know, it's going to be something.
But that's my point. But
you know
why does it, and that's my point. Right. Why does it have to be when they pass? And that's why I named the people that's alive.
Right.
Because I know that's how we think, but it's like, so when he does pass, now we say we're going to retire, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that, because it's not like Mike, well, we don't know, but it's not like he's going to come back, you know what I'm saying, and play a minute.
We do know.
Right?
We do know. If Mike get out there, I'm getting out there.
Right. But I'm saying, and I'm just saying, going back to the knee-jerk reaction, you want to, let's take our time, or they should take their time to see, okay, this is what we want to do. This is where we want to go with it. And saying that, what is the best way you think?
We've heard it from a few people. Some of my friends also talked about it. I say name the All-Star MVP trophy after him.
And see, that's, to me, because he's won the most. He's tied for the most.
With Bob Pettit, I think.
Right.
For 4. You know, not to say Bob Pettit wasn't important, but, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, it's Kobe and Bob Pettit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again, nothing against Bob Pettit, him and his family, you know, whatever. But, well, it's Kobe, yo. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's KB8, you know what I'm saying? KB24.
No,
you know what I mean? So I say name the MVP trophy after him. And to be a buck, they could have did that off top, and everybody would have been satisfied. It wouldn't have had to be all these questions. Woo woo. And maybe come next Sunday, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? When they introduce whoever win it, I don't know who's gonna win it already, but Anthony Davis. But when they give it to him, whoever it is, you know, say in honor of the late Kobe Bryant, we're now giving you the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP.
Right.
You know what I mean? That I think, like, what other way? Like, that's perfect.
I agree with that because I don't think that even changing the logo.
What you gonna change it to? Michael Jordan?
Because everything he does.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What you gonna change it to?
Right.
Maybe the dunk that LBJ just did, the dunk against Houston. G, you saw that? Like the reverse. Like that's maybe you can do that.
But to me, Kobe didn't do that dunk like that. I'm saying that's the only. No, it didn't look. That don't look like Kobe.
I mean,
like
LeBron can't do no dunk.
But even if that don't,
LeBron can't do no
right,
dunk.
that's not
like
Kobe. Yeah.
Because LeBron, this whole body like everything is different. But if you do what you gonna do? Like what move you gonna do that's not gonna look like Michael Jordan? He can't do nothing. He gonna put a throw on him. Like that's the only. Like what are you gonna do? Seriously. Right. His fadeaway was what? Right. Big Mike's.
And then look, you don't want to take, you don't want to take away from Mr. Clutch. Now I know he doesn't want it anymore.
He hasn't wanted it for years.
Yeah,
he been trying to run away from it. I bet you if you asked him if you didn't know that was him and you was like, "Hey Jerry, is that you?" He gonna be like,
He probably the one that started this rumor.
No, right? Like, dude, get me off of that. I don't want to have nothing to do with that.
I don't know. I wonder why. Anyway, but either or. But yeah, so.
Cause he a chill dude.
G, do you have a idea of what they should do?
Well, I mean, I had the same suggestion of naming the All-Star MVP trophy after him. Mm-hmm. I think that's enough to honor him. They're doing a lot for the All-Star game anyway, so. I feel like that's a way to kind of honor him in the long term. And all this other stuff, I think, is a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, let's change the logo. Everyone should retire 8 and 24. And, I think that's too much of a...
That's a big... Yeah.
That's too much... That's a big reaction. And I think that's just it is a knee-jerk reaction. Like I said, nothing was done with Wilt Chamberlain. There's no award named after him, at least for the NBA. I feel like there is one in college basketball, but and then that also shows that people don't pay attention to the history of the game, because other great players have passed on as well. But I think it's fair to name the All-Star MVP trophy after him. That's how I would do it.
And it's funny we talking about Will. I just saw a clip of him in high school catching somebody was shooting, and he didn't block it. He caught it out the air, ran down the court. He did this jump pass, gave it to somebody. They gave it right back to him, threw it up. Of course, he had to lay it up because you couldn't dunk. But his domination itself. So that's a lot, man. He deserves some recognition.
Right.
NBA give him some. What would they? I don't know. Man of the year, most women taken down for the season.
Yeah, I mean, but that's crazy. But that's what I'm saying. I just think that we need to. They need to take their time to do this, and just make sure that they want to do this and
it's done correctly.
And I think, of course, and it's up to the NBA, but I wouldn't be upset if I know the young players because that's all they see. But I wouldn't be upset if they thought about bringing like the greats and asking them how they feel about it, what they should do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the difficult thing about this: you can't. There's no timely way. I mean, when Michael Jackson died, that was right before the BET Awards or something, and they rushed something together, and it was clunky, and they got a lot of criticism for it. Yeah. But it was the same when Prince died.
Right.
that was right before a big award ceremony.
Right.
When Whitney Houston died, that was right before the Grammys.
But if they hadn't did nothing, then it would have been.
Then it would, yeah. But like, there's no. I think you have to give them space to like do something. If they want to rush and put something together and it's going to be clunky, we understand the intent.
Mm-hmm. Well, and what this is different from that too, because they were trying to do something for that event. Like, they're probably going to do something for this event, and they came up with it already.
But it's a big event, like the Grammys, like
right. But I'm saying, what we're talking about overall, like,
and even with the numbers, right? If a team wants to do it, okay,
that's fine.
Like, you know, like Miami did with Mike number. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, you know what I mean? And because every team might not do it. You know what I'm saying? But if a team want to do it, cool. I just don't think the NBA should say.
Yeah. Because my thing is, if I'm a player, when I would probably want to wear 8 or 24 now. And now I understand you're not wearing it is showing them love, but I want to. It's like because everybody wants to wear 23. How many people want to wear 23? How many people want to wear 8? You know,
me as a player, I don't want 8.
Or 24.
or 24. Why? Because, man, that's smoke. You better show up.
Oh, true.
You better show up because now he's dead, right? Like you better show up
because there's a lot of people that wear 23.
If you come out here and average 6, dude, we got problems if you wear number 24. You can't average 6 a game, dog. Yeah. You got to put up numbers, baby. You know what I mean?
So either or, we're gonna see what happens. Man.
How many people we saw wear 23? They average 7, and we like, dude, you need to change your number to 22.
Right, and knowing they wore 23 because
right.
of Mike. So yeah, I get you. But yeah, man, it's sad. But see what they do, man. Hopefully they come up with something. And this don't even have to happen next year. This could take a while because remember,
it's enough time.
It's a big change.
Yeah, it is, but it's enough time.
No, I mean it is, but I'm saying, but they don't have to. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if they didn't come up with it next year.
I just want them to get it right.
That's the whole.
That's it. Just get it right.
Yep. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Don't go anywhere because we have Marshall Faulk coming up.
We stepping at Club 7.
All right, we'll be back.
Good night, Step.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
I'm IT, a.k.a. Ike Taylor, a.k.a. Swag, a.k.a. One of a Kind, a.k.a. I don't shoot 2s, I shoot 3s on the 3-point conversion radio.
We are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge, live at Radio Row. We have a special guest. We have a former NFL MVP, 12-year vet, running back, probably top 2, top 3, Mr. Marshall Faulk. What's going on, sir?
You couldn't say one. Top
1.
Come on, man. Give me a chance at one.
You know, being from Atlanta, we all remember Eugene Robinson when they played Denver at Where were they at? Were they in New Orleans? I think they were in New Orleans.
Right here.
They were in
Miami. Right here.
They were in Miami. And, of course, that debacle. And I remember some of the Falcons, they were saying that they were up to like 6, 7 in the morning consoling him. Tired. Have you had to deal with something like that?
No. And I'm not going to lie to you. If my teammate did that, I wouldn't deal with it. What I would do, I would have went, got me some sleep, understanding that he was going to be who he was, and I needed my energy to maybe cover some of this crap up. That's what I would have did. Because his mind already not where it's supposed to be. And if I'm up till 6 with him, now we got 2 men down. Get out of here, man. You're a grown man.
Absolutely. Now, we recently been talking about the Pro Bowl, and it's up and down, right? How do you feel about it, and what things you think maybe can be changed about it to make it more competitive or anything?
Man, listen, they threw a pass, the tight end caught the ball, and 2 guys held him. They either have to stop playing this game, stop charging people, or make them clowns play out there, man. This thing is awful. Y'all stop. Listen, y'all stop playing. It is awful. You see more contact in an 8-9 youth game. Come on, man.
Flag football game, they have more contact.
That was crap, man.
And see, I remember we were talking about this on the way up here. I was saying that I remember when Marshall's. You played in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You were the MVP, right?
Yeah, man, that thing was real.
Right. Breaking tackles.
That thing was real.
Yeah, so
I'm watching this game like, man, what is? Oh my God, please.
Now we got to ask you this. I got a chance to ask Tyreek Hill. He was talking about how fast the team is. So I asked him. I said, comparing your team, the Kansas City Chiefs, to the 1999 Rams, who was the fastest? And he was like, man, what? Man, there's no way, man. We got McCall. We got who we say? What's my man that played for Buffalo?
Watkins, Sammy Watkins, Avery.
And all of that. He said we much faster than them. Plus, we better than them.
He did give the respect though. He said no offense to Marshall or Isaac or Terry. He said no offense, but they had more players, as in 5, 6, as opposed to y'all having 2, 3.
So we gotta
what's your opinion on it?
What's your thought on that?
So first of all, he has no idea what it's like to play without defenseless receiver, to play without illegal contact.
Right.
So I'm going to allow all of this to go because he has the freedom to run across the middle like Bambi and nobody can't touch him. All right? Let's just now, speed is speed. Okay, fine. You can run all the 40s you want. But I want to see your 40 with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Rod Woodson can smack you in the mouth. Mm-hmm. I want to see how fast you run then. So, yes, you can run fast. And, yeah, you look like a track team. But I want to see you take some of these hits that we took and not be looking for a flag.
Right.
So I understand what he's saying. And fine. But they're doing it next. It's he who does it first makes it what it is. So we have no opportunity to be better than them because we're done.
Right.
That's all they can do is try to compare and live up to what we did. And, I mean, the league is what it is because of what we did. So he might not want to keep. I mean, just like you could probably still be a wide receiver not getting paid if it wasn't for what we did to the game.
Greatest show on turf.
You know.
So recently, with the tragic death of Kobe Bryant, do you have any fond Kobe moments, or maybe your favorite Kobe moment?
I got a chance to interview Kobe. We did a segment, and we were just going back and forth about whether he could play football, whether I could play basketball, who would have been better at the other sport, and then he sidebarred me and said, "You know, I'm still mad at you for what you did to my Eagles in 2001." And I was like, I forgot he was from Philly. Man, when you know, because Kobe, like, you know, we knew he grew up, you know what I'm saying, in a different country, and he came back, and then he was in LA so long, you feel like he's like from LA, but he's not, and so I forgot that, and then we got into the stories, but just everybody, you know, you can be a superstar, and you can be the guy that people look at, and they say, oh my God, that's like the model guy. Kobe wasn't the model guy. He didn't do everything the way you would want your kid to do it. But think about how many people he touched, how global he was. And he was probably the first villain that was loved by people. You know, everything that people said about him, like he was selfish, he didn't want to play team ball, and he didn't like this one or that one. He won doing everything. And I love the fact that he lived this life, and he had ups and downs, and it was okay. Like, it was okay because that's life. These people out here that you hear about, and they live in these squeaky clean lives, and they're not doing nothing, and they don't. Okay, now. So we're going to always have bumps in the roads. We're going to always hit pitfalls, run into roadblocks. You know, it's how you get over them, how you get up from them, and how you go through them. And that's what reminds me of Kobe. People talk about his fight on the court. I'm talking about his fight off the court to remain the person that he was. And he stuck true to himself. Never changed for nobody.
Right. And then looking at you, the type of player that you were dedicated, like you stated earlier, to your craft. You made sure that's what you studied. Even though he was hated, all he worried about was
winning,
getting better, and winning.
That's it, getting better and winning. Because here's the reality: I didn't really care if people liked me or not. I wasn't there for you to like me, because at the end of the day, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that's all we talk about is his stats. We don't talk about other stuff. We're not going to talk about Kobe was nice. He wasn't nice to my son, or Kobe wasn't nice to his teammates. Who cares? Kobe won. And that's what it boils down to. And the people that mattered the most, ask his kids. Ask his family members. Ask the people who knew the real Kobe. And they're going to tell you, oh my God, this man was amazing. And that's what matters. We sometimes, my bad, not sometimes. This social media has got us caring about all kind of things. We want likes. We want double taps. We want triple taps. We want a lot now. We want to be validated. Validate your damn self. Love you.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what running backs or even players in this that's here now you like, you look at, you
I like them all, man. I'm a fan. So it's so hard to get to the NFL, and then it's so hard to stay in the NFL, and it's hard to make it in the NFL, and then it's hard to be good in the NFL. So most of the guys that's playing, it was their dream. And I love them all. I watch. I like linemen, D linemen. I even, some kickers and punters that take it to the next level. You tell them, like, man, this dude raw. Yeah. Like, he has swag with kicking. Yeah. He's a swagged out kicker. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know how confident you got to be to do that, because your job is to kick.
Right.
They don't ask you to do nothing else. That's all you have to do is make it. And if you miss it, you doing all of this, man, you know how they're going to clown you? You know how much confidence you got to have as a kicker? Yeah. Come on, man. So I love, because it's hard to make it. It's hard, man. League, you know how many guys play Little League around the world? And then you get to high school. How many guys play high school? Then all the colleges. And you got 32 NFL teams with 53 players. If you're one of them players, man, you special. Yeah. I love you. I love you for making it. I love you for having the resolve to come from, because most of us that's playing football, we come from nothing. Mm-hmm. Football, my kid, they didn't make it. I told him, I said, football not a rich kid's sport. You got too much money, son. Yeah. You got too much money.
You don't have to get hit.
Right. Exactly. You got too much money, son.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Now, I definitely want to talk about the truth about drugs.
Right on.
That's what you're here for. Can you explain what is that about?
Yeah, so this information comes from the Foundation of Drug-Free World, and we're just trying to go out and educate kids and educate parents and fight the fight, because you guys see it, and we see it every day, even in the hip-hop culture. You know, doing drugs is cool now. Yeah. It's like it's cool, and these kids, they want to emulate that. You know, they want syrup, and they want they want to smoke and all the other stuff. It's cool, and somebody has to give them the information and let them know what comes from it, the fallout effect, the long-term effect, and it's what I'm here to do. It's what I'm here to do, to let families know that they are not alone in this fight to educate their kids and to make sure that they live a positive, strong life.
Right. And before we let you go, I have to ask you, you played with two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, Kurt Warner and Peyton Manning. Can you describe playing with them, the differences, or I guess the blessings with playing with the two quarterbacks?
Well, I'll say this. Their approach to the game, the commitment to trying to be the best, the attention to detail, very similar. How they approach the game, how much control they like to have, very similar. The only way that they differed was Kurt was a little bit more of a gunslinger, and he also took the time to stand in the pocket and wait that last minute to deliver the ball. And Peyton was I'm getting this ball out of my hands. You're not touching me. Literally, that was the difference between those two guys. Peyton he was never going to allow you the opportunity to get a shot on him. And Kurt was like, I'm going to let you get this shot, but I'm getting a touchdown out of this. Yeah. And that was the difference between the two of those guys. But awesome on and off the football field, man. I'm talking family men, good people, really good people.
Yeah. Where can we get more information regarding
drugfreeworld.org. That's drugfreeworld.org.
There you have it. Super Bowl champ, former MVP, Marshall Faulk.
Tune your radio.
Tune in.
Now. You can tune in to this radio station on any smartphone or tablet. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung, Windows phones, or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store. Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy from over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com or your app store.
Yo, you know what it is, your boy Snow, man. 3 points, baby, you know what it is, conversion, let's get it.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. So, NBA trade deadline surpasses, right, D?
Yep.
And we talked about it. The Atlanta Hawks name came up so many times. Like, I thought they was making up names. The people that was talking about being traded. I think even Keith Van Horn came up in the trade again. Like
I think he got traded.
His expiring contract.
Didn't he get traded?
Right. But they did end up with the main guys, Clint Capella. I think everyone else, no disrespect to everyone, I think everyone else was more of, just having a contract so we can get rid of. But that's just how the nature of the business is. But with Clint Capella coming to Atlanta, what was your thoughts on that?
It was a good move. The pick and roll, like he did great when Houston was implementing it. They stopped implementing it as much. A pick and roll with Trey, First off, Tracy the court, man. Like, the passes he made the other day, who wasn't playing defense the other day when they played? I think it was Thursday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
When he made in the first quarter, I think he had 8 assists off dumps to alley-oops to
Right,
John.
right.
Like, I don't know who they were playing, but he was able to see him. So just imagine Clint Capella just running down like a Giselle, like he do. You know what I mean? So I think that's a great pickup. I honestly think it's an even better pickup than getting Andre Drummond.
Go ahead.
And the reason I'll say that is because, one, Drummond can opt out, who says he wants to be here. And even if he doesn't opt out, you're going to have to pay him, what, the max?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he kind of want the ball in the post to do what he do, right? Clint Capella cool with getting it how he live, and he got him for 3 years for $51 million. You're not even paying him, what you paying him, like 17 a year, 16 a year, something like that?
And that's the biggest thing for me with that is the fact that you pay half and you still have him. You pay half of what you would have paid Drummond. And to me, Drummond gonna get you 17 to 17. We know that. But the thing about Clint is Clint can give you. He's gonna give you 2 blocks, 2.5 blocks. But not only that, he's going to change the way people come to the hole now, to the rim. So now he might not have 4 blocks, but I guarantee you he's gonna have a lot of shots be altered because of him. And a lot of people think twice about coming to the hole. Then you get in rebounds. That's what the Hawks kept getting out-rebounded. But now you have someone who's could get you 12 rebounds a game. Then he's going to score points without demanding the ball. Capella's not going to post you up. You're not going to run a play necessarily as far as him getting the ball. You might run a play where Trey comes off a screen or something, it's an alley-oop, but you'll get a lot of that. Now when Trey come down and he wants to do the teardrop, as a defender, you got to worry about you got to think about either blocking it or should I stay with Clint? So now you got somebody to give you 13 points, added 13, 14, maybe 14, 15 points. Think about this. Go back to when Harden had his best, to me, when Harden had his best year as a Houston Rocket, when he didn't win an MVP. The year before, he didn't win an MVP. And remember he kept throwing them lobs to Capella?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. So for that reason, I think worrying about that, you looking at that part, I think that works out. But I think they won out, man. Gee, was it anybody? Who was the other person they got? It was somebody.
They got an neighbor. They're going to buy him out. But then they also got another center. What's the other?
Oh,
they got
Dedmon. That was the other guy.
Still on the Capella front. I feel like Drummond would have got you the rebound. I mean, the blocks too. But on the other end, I feel like, and I don't want to say it in no way, no offensive way or anything like that. You know what I mean? But as The Rock would say, know your role. And what I mean by it is Clint Capella is going to know his role. He's not going to think he comes before Trey or before John Collins or before Cam Reddish or before. And not saying that he would think, Drummond would think that, but I think that he would feel like he's number 2. You know what I mean? Like, behind Trey. Like, I get the ball, I this, I that. I'm face of the organization also. Like, but with this team, with Capella, he's going to come in and play his role.
Right.
He's not going to say, I need the ball or I need, you know what I mean? He's just going to, that we don't have to make an offensive play for him. It's gotten to the point where Dre want the ball in the post so he can try to, and his post moves it's not Dre. It's not really, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not like he got post moves, you know what I'm saying? So, but he would demand it, I feel like, you know what I mean?
Right. And before we get to our caller, what other trade stood out to you, though? Just period. To me, the biggest trade.
The Heat.
What you say, G?
Well, I like what the Heat did as far as bringing Iguodala and Jay Crowder. They got some more adults, and those are some all-in.
Even
moves.
Solomon Hill.
And Solomon Hill, yeah.
He said adults.
He's played with half the league, But the interesting one, even though I don't think either team's making the playoffs, but Wiggins for D'Angelo Russell.
I think that's good for both teams, but for Golden State,
I think it's huge for them.
You got another player that can score, and he's going to be that guy. Listen what I'm saying. He's definitely not Kevin Durant. But the thing about Kevin Durant, what made that team work was his ability to not just shoot threes. He could score by driving to the rim, the mid-range, and it offset the team, which made it work for Steph and Klay. And I think because Wiggins, he's not a three-point shooter, he gets to the hole, he can shoot the mid-range. I think that makes it work.
He's Harrison Barnes 2.0.
I think he's better than Harrison
That's
Barnes.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, he is, like, beyond that. Like, he is on steroids Harrison Barnes. And like Kurt said, we're not asking you to come here to be a star.
Right.
Which is perfect for him.
Right.
Because he's not, he's getting paid like one. But also with that, I need people to understand that Golden State is saying they made a mistake. But I think even with the Russell, they just wanted to get something back for KD.
Right.
It was one of them things where, like, dude, we're not letting you go for nothing. And now, if you look at it, KD turned into Wiggins. You know what I mean? So,
what about DeMarcus Morris? I think that was big.
Oh, I think that was huge.
Going to Clippers.
Oh, I think it was huge.
I think now that gives them
4-5 people you can throw at LeBron.
Right, off the bench.
Like, you can put Kawhi on them.
Right.
You can put PGs on them.
Right.
And then when they get tired, you can send Marcus Morris out there to beat them up.
Right.
Like, literally beat them up. like, literally get out there and beat them up.
So now you tougher, you got tougher, more scoring, and just that grit.
Yeah, power forward. Like, he's like a P. Beverly in the power forward.
Right. All right, we're going to go to the caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. Yeah, I wake up to see snow out my window here in the Atlanta metro area, and I'm also listening to you guys saying that this Clint Capella trade was a good trade for the Hawks. No. They dropped the ball on not getting Andre Drummond. All the stuff you said is true except for two things. Andre Drummond is averaging closer to 20 points a game, and he himself does not need the ball to score. With Trae Young, with Cam Reddish, even with John Collins in the middle, this guy would have been up over 20 points, motivated to play with some young talent, and I think it would have been the almost perfect fit for Trae Young. Clint Capella is, sports writer Alan Field said it best. He's a serviceable big man who can rebound the ball. Definitely a good rebounder and can score without the basket. But at a certain point in the game, when Drummond is in the game and the other team is deciding they want to go to the hole, they're going to test Clint Capella. They're going to test Clint Capella. They're not. Most of them people, they're not going to test Andre Drummond. He's throwing back everything. He'd averaged probably 22, 23 points with Trae. And I think right now, believe it or not, the Cleveland Cavaliers actually got a steal because they traded a dude I didn't even know was playing and a couple of whatever throw-ins to get Andre Drummond. He still actually got a year left with a player option. So they're going to have him for more than this year just to see what he can do. They might have just snagged the All-Star for Brandon Knight. I think the Hawks dropped the ball on getting Capella. Capella is a good player, but the Hawks, if they were going to make a trade and spend any money and use any asset, they should have gotten a guy who has that all-star caliber player to him, or else they should have just kept their assets.
Let me say this, though. The only reason why I agree with you as far as everything you said about Drummond. We know Drummond can do that. I don't agree with the fact that he can – Clint Capella is a better shot blocker than Drummond. That's one of the things that people knock on Drummond. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't play defense like he should. But this is the reason why it's a good trade. We didn't even say this. Stepped on is the fact that he saved the Hawks money. If they would have got Drummond, now you might be able to keep John Collins, but you can't get no one else. Now the fact that you got Clint, you pay half
for 3 years for $51 million.
Right, but you pay half. Now you can still go out and get that other superstar to come to Atlanta and play.
And to say Atlanta dropped the ball is not the facts, right? And what I mean by this, they gave up a first-round pick, which was the Brooklyn pick, which is going to be in the 20s, right? But they offered that to Detroit. Detroit wouldn't take it. Look at what Detroit got for Drummond.
Right.
They got 2 loose squares and a half a pint of Hennessy. Who knew Brandon Knight was still in the league?
Right. So, we got to go, but I just think the fact that the Hawks still got a number one pick within the trade, with the trade, plus they still got theirs. So the Hawks, I think it was great. And like I said, I always say this, he's not playing checkers, GM, he's playing chess, man. Yeah. So he's setting up for
Detroit wanted more than they got, and Atlanta offered them the first round pick, and they wouldn't take the one they wanted. And now they got less.
Yeah, that's what they get. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be back for Stop It. Keep it locked.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, baby? This your boy Deontay the Bronze Bummer Wilder, and you're listening to my guys at 3-Point Conversion, baby. Yeah.
You are tuned into WWE AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Big ups to our Sports Lounge crew for keeping the airwaves blazing each and every Saturday. But I want to send another special shout out to our team of writers at the 3-Point Conversion. You can visit us at the3pointconversion.com. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. How about the Gram? How about iHeart? How about Spreaker Radio? How about wherever you need it, baby? We got you covered. No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. This is the time where we like to thank everyone who is listening live and supporting us. We appreciate you for supporting the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and we ask you to continue to support us. But not only that, but the 3-Point Conversion itself. We have saying the website. We cover games. We everywhere. So we appreciate that. And now it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yes. S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, D, it's on you, sir.
Yes. So for my Stop It today, I'm going to need the NBA, the refs, and everybody to come on down and go to court and get this Stop It. Last night, Dame Lillard went for a game-winning shot. They would have been up 1 with like 10 seconds left or something like that. He went up, laid the ball up. It bounced off the backboard. Rudy Gobert blocked it off the backboard. And they didn't call goaltending. Even after the game, Gobert said it was a goaltending. Every Utah player said it was goaltending. And if I was Dame Lillard, I'd have called a case. Like he ain't getting no they kept him away. I would have been kicking over chest. Like it would have been a whole I'd have called a game. And the big thing with it, man, is Portland is fighting for their playoff life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can't miss that call, man.
Right.
Stop it.
All right, my Stop It goes to the Colorado Buffaloes. Listen to this, man. They will unretire a trio of numbers and allow them to be worn again starting in 2020. Yeah, unretire. So the numbers they had retired, they're going to unretire them. As a result of this, the program will honor the 3 legendary names responsible for those numbers being taken out of service with jersey patches instead.
That's disrespectful.
Who are the players?
Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. I might have bring it up.
I think I heard this story the other. I know one of them. I think is Byron Whizzer White,
yeah,
who became a Supreme Court judge.
Right. The other two, I didn't recognize them.
23-1. All you punks going on 23-1. He a judge now. 23-1. Anybody?
He he was.
He passed?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you come in front of me, if you went to Colorado, you going 23-1. You can't get no free time.
But think about this.
That's disrespectful.
How bogus is that to unretire the numbers? Boy, you retired my number. Then talking about we're going to just give you jersey patches.
I don't want no jersey patch. I want my number up there.
Stop it.
And I guess the bigger thing, right, is like, who come and want that number like that?
That's bogus in itself. Now, one of the families, his family did say it's okay.
I don't care what my family say. They didn't come out here and sweat and bleed on this floor for I don't care what they say. How they know what I want? He over in his grave like he's shaking. I want my jersey retired. That is an honor. That's an honor.
We just talked about it with Kobe.
Yes, that's an honor.
Bro. Yeah,
Stop it.
Go ahead.
They need the ultimate stop it. We got to come with a bigger one, like one that.
Right.
All right, so mine goes to, make sure I get this kid's name, DeTravion Brown. He is from Northwood High School in Louisiana, and it's National Signing Day just passed this past week, and he was intent on going to Ole Miss. And during, had the ceremony at his school, he has the hats and he's going to pick a school and sign the letter on the spot. He picks Ole Miss. He signs the letter of intent to go to Ole Miss. Here's the thing. Ole Miss did not offer him a scholarship.
Huh?
What?
Ole Miss did not offer him a scholarship.
So he put the hat on and everything.
He put the hat on, signed the letter. He's got his mom. He's got looks like his little brother, some of his friends. Signed a fake letter of intent to Ole Miss.
Wow.
Is he good?
He's a 3-star receiver.
That's not bad.
No, that's not old. Ole Miss could use him, but
I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Ole Miss need to stop it.
Nah, but
I mean, he definitely needed for signing a fake letter.
Well, he had gone. He did visit the school. There are pictures. When the players they go to the school, they get to put on the uniform and all that. There are pictures of that, and he wanted to play in the SEC. He picked Ole Miss. They did not offer him a scholarship, and he was told that he was promised that he was going to be offered a scholarship. And Ole Miss says, we never offered him a scholarship.
Wow.
So he's going to North Texas now.
Wow.
Do North Texas play Ole Miss? No, right? Probably not.
Well, at least not this year.
Man, I hope he put up 620 yards receiving.
Stop it.
Yeah, he do get that.
Yeah,
though.
he get to stop it though. That's crazy. All right, man, we're gonna take a quick break.
Who want to go to Ole Miss that bad?
And we will be right back as SEC.
His father went there.
He from there.
He's from Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're
LSU didn't want him either, I guess.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the three-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The three-point conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it. It's a touchdown.
entertainment,
Are you not
entertain.
and other special interest talk shows.
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app.
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Hey, this is Jeff Garcia, former quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, and you're listening to my guys on the three-point conversion.
All right, we are back inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. It's crazy, man. Sign intent for Ole Miss.
Joking, don't want them.
Joking didn't even have a scholarship.
Let's see visited them.
Right. All right, we have a couple of special guests in the building. We have some people, man, is doing a great cause. I don't think, and I'm going to ask some question about this, but I don't think the camps for young players gets enough recognition, you know, and I think that's good because not only is it helping them out, helping them get better at their craft, but it's a way to keep them out of danger, not danger, but keep them out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? Then you get mentored and everything like that. So these gentlemen are hosting the 2020 Top Shelf Performance Wide Receiver Academy, ages 10 through 18. This is going to be in California. What city again?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, California. And we have Coach Stephon Brown and TJ Brown. What's going on, fellas?
Not much, man. Everything good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. That's TJ and my man, Coach Stephon.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. Man, so if you can, man, enlighten us, man. Tell us what this is all about.
So we're doing a wide receiver camp out in Los Angeles, California. So we're bringing out some of the top kids in California, and not even some of the top kids. Like, we're bringing out all kids of all ages and put together a nice receiver camp to try and teach them a lot of the things that we do down here in Atlanta that help some of our NFL college guys and some of our top high school guys excel on to the next level. Going to have a couple NFL guys out there and a couple top college guys out there assisting the kids, helping them learn, helping them get better, man, helping them do anything we can to help them reach their dreams, man.
That's what's up, man. Now one more question. Did you all play wide receiver?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Of course. Maybe Buddy should have went to that camp.
Oh, man.
So of course you're gonna work on skills, but what are some of the other things you're gonna work on? You know, I'm been going through y'all Instagram and seeing some very positive things. You know, it's definitely about skills, but what other life skills will you also be teaching?
Well, the way I look at it, like, that's my big brother. You know, when it comes to the receiver position, when I was coming out of school, he been training me. So I think the biggest thing we want to teach the kids is, like, coming together and understanding it's for a common cause. If you want to get better and do what you have to do, you got to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? It's about going to school. We stay on our kids. We tell them about doing stuff right way, cleaning up your social media, because we have to check ourselves too. You know what I mean? We don't want to be hypocrites in the game and tell these kids to do something. We move in a different way, but at the same time, we want to show them it's about structure and life skills and understanding you got to get better when you're not at school or with your team or whatever like that. The stuff you do behind closed doors is what's going to be shown.
Definitely. That's one of the things I was talking to my little nephew about. He went to Louisiana Tech, played running back when he was in high school. And I'm like, dude, you can't be doing what you want on social media.
Oh, yeah,
like, they going to go back and check on that, and you'll lose everything over one night that you thought you was, having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so this is the big brother.
Yeah.
Because, when you see Coach, you see then TJ, that's why okay, that's what's up, man.
The crazy thing about it is it's not actually my blood brother, but we got the same last name. We just been together for a long time.
Make it go.
I've been knowing him forever, man. Like that's you said, I trained him coming out, so everything kind of fell into place, man.
So what are the after effects of all of this when it happens? When you you go through the camp, like you said, the life lessons you teach, you help them with their craft, but what do you expect to see after this? Do you all continue to work with them after the camps?
So the camp out there we're trying to do a camp out there, then we're going to do another one here in Atlanta. So what we want to do is we want to show kids, like I said, most importantly, we want to get them tools so that they can use to excel to the next level or take their game to the next level, because Top Chef is pretty much a big brand, a big name here in Atlanta and throughout the nation. So a lot of kids, they may not be able to reach us here in Atlanta. So they might be like, oh, could you come out of L.A.? We're trying to train with you. Or can you come to New York? We're trying to train with you. So we're trying to bring something to each region of America and trying like give kids like basically an insight on what we're doing here. And if it can help them take their game to the next level, or they can learn something from us that they can do on their own out there, then we came out successful. If they can learn tools that maybe some of these NFL guys, some of these college guys are doing to help take their game to the next level, then we did our job.
Because you do have the college wide receivers there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest thing I just say, like about all that, for our high school guys, the goal is go to school for free. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're working for. If you can go somewhere and you can impress some scouts or you can impress some coaches, and we get in front of them and give you the tools and the bits and pieces that you have to know what you need to go to school, that's the biggest thing we worry about. With the college athletes, you dominate them and go to the next level. With the NFL guys, you stay the course. It's a goal for everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's the goal for us to outwork the competition.
What are some of the drills or that y'all primarily, I know it's a lot of drills that, of course, you work on, but what are some of the drills you work on, and what specifically, like catching, working on your hands, making sure, like...
So the main thing, when we started this, my main thing always was drills that translate. So it's a lot of people that are trainers now. So the wave kind of picked up probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Everybody started training. Everybody started posting videos. But my thing was everything that looked good may not be good for you. You know what I'm saying? That can go for training and other things in life too. So my thing that I pride myself on is making everything translate. I want to teach kids. So like we talking about the wide receiver position. So I'm going to teach kids different releases they can use, different ways they can run routes, different angles and stuff you can use to work on your catching. Because as each level you move up from middle school to high school to college to the NFL, it's more about how good you are and more so about what you know up here. Because when you're going against somebody that's just as good as you or better, you can't run that route the same way every time. You got to have, like I always tell my kids, you got to have 4, 5, 6 different ways to run each route. Because if not, the smarter the cornerback is or the smarter person in front of you is, they're going to pick up on that. So just teaching them different releases, different ways to run routes, different drills they can use to work on their catching, their hand-eye coordination, just all that in general.
Right. So don't come here and don't know how to catch already. Like, you got to come here and already.
I mean, if you don't know how to catch, I mean,
we got methods for that too.
We got something for you.
We got something for you. But I think like the biggest thing that separates us from other people is we get on the board with the kids. We teach them coverages. We teach them different ways to run the routes. We show them different angles you could take, just like TJ said. But at the same time, we showing you. We may be in a cover 2 look. You might be in the inside. You got to know when to bend that seam. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, how you going to know that if you're not practicing it? When you go back to your high school, it should be second nature. If you go back to college or whatever, you should have a better understanding of the game, because we may teach it a certain way, but like he told me, we'll have you come out here and show us how you do it at your school. Show us how they teach you so we could build off that, because we don't want to make it a one-way thing and you get back there and it don't work in their system.
You lost from what we done taught you this, but you get over here and they doing something else. You like, well, this ain't,
you know what I'm saying? And then they coming back looking at them, man, y'all trying to be the top shelf dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to get into that, but we just try to be real structured and be real flexible when it comes to being open-minded, because with him, it's like, he could be doing one thing, I could be doing something else, but at the same time, it all marry up. And more so of like playing receiver position, you got to be able to play what inside and outside. I can teach you inside stuff more than maybe outside, but I learned more outside stuff from him because you get more one-on-one coverage and stuff like that. But inside, you got to be able to catch the ball at different angles, read coverage. You point guard for real. So that's how I go off of teaching it or whatever like that. But I learned so much from him because of a standpoint of, okay, if you can play inside and outside, you bring more value to us. You see what I'm saying?
Now, both you all played wide receiver?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, first of all, I'm not old, so I ain't got to say yes, sir.
It's just all respect.
I was the best with you. I was the best with you, though.
He definitely old.
Boy, you almost made me say something. But anyway, I was going to ask, do you prefer to play the slot or wide out, and is it easier to play the slot?
So when I played, I ain't gonna lie to you, like I always felt like I was an outside guy, you know what I'm saying? Coach might try and put me in the slot, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta worry about getting past this linebacker or this rover, and then I gotta worry about the safety. See, outside is just all I gotta worry about. I call it the triangle. I work from the corner to the outside backer to the safety, and I was a pretty fast receiver, so I pretty much wasn't worried about the corner, especially if I had something deep. Like, I'm really looking at the safety, and I look at it like this. If I can get over the top of the safety, I won. Like, like Randy Moss used to say, take the top off the defense. If I can get over the top of the defense, it's nothing but green grass and the football in the end zone. So once I got moved to the slot a little bit, I had to learn a little bit more, like, like he said, like the little stuff, the inside, like different angles and stuff. But for the most part, like I love the outside. But like he said, he learns a lot of stuff from me. Shoot, I learned a lot of stuff from him because I wasn't really an inside guy. But when you able to play both inside and outside, like he said, it brings more value to you because now we can move you around. We don't have to just sit you here backside by yourself or have you outside by yourself or just have you in the slot. Like you able to work both ways, so we can use you more.
Yeah, and I just think the protege, because back in the day, the NFL wasn't looking for small receiver. It's 20 receivers that can go in the first 3 rounds now. That's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? If you could be a smaller guy, not even a smaller guy, I'd take a 6'4" dude and put him in the slot and show him how to move like a little guy. But if you understand angles and defenses and, you know what I'm saying, like he said, reading your triangle and stuff like that, it's just another class. You got to take notes. You got to be able to be a student of the game because playing inside receiver, you can get somebody hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because you basing off of what, if I don't get my route at the right depth or step on the ball when I'm supposed to and he got to be off, I get him hit. So you got to just understand bits and pieces of the game from a standpoint of that because you can play outside all day, get one-on-one coverage, but how you going to know if it's 6 special and they drop that safety and bring the corner over to know what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? You got to just understand the whole game, and I think that's the beauty of it because my mindset when I played, you know what I'm saying, we had to move around. Like, I played with Coach Jeff Brown. He's at Purdue now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned from Bobby Petrino. I played for him, too. And it was just a thing, like, you can't just be structured. You got to be able to play inside and outside, and that's why I say we work so good together because he teaches me in and out.
Who are some of y'all favorite players?
Antonio Brown's been my favorite receiver for a while. I know he's doing some crazy stuff right now.
He came out and apologized.
Yeah, he did. But just not even that part, but just his game. Like 5'10" receiver. Yeah. You playing outside, you getting triple coverage sometimes, route running and stuff like that. But
still eating them up.
I say like AB too, but like he said with the other stuff, he kind of do it off. But I'm like I said, I'm older than him, so like I'm kind of like a Chad Johnson, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Steve Smith. Like the way he, like Steve Smith, short guy, but he had that fight.
Yeah, that dog.
He'll fight you.
He's all time. He's one of my all-time favorites.
TJ Houshmandzadeh. Yeah, those like some of the guys I like. But in the newer age, game now, the ABs, the Julios. I like Stephon Diggs, too.
Yeah. Some older guys, too, like Wes Welker and them, like Edelman. I like them guys' game, like breaking them down.
Yeah, they
you know what I mean? Like, that's what
And
I'm saying. Catches and moves.
Slot.
Oh, yeah.
Slot.
You got to study them type guys.
Yeah.
I like them, but I'm not a Green Bay Packers
fan. All right, man. So let us know where can we follow this movement.
We both have social medias. I have 2. My training page is TopShelf_Steph. STEPH, and then my regular page is Coach Brown _MDN. We have the event link like in our bios for the camp, and then my brother can give you his.
So mine is Top Shelf _TJ. Like you said, the link's in the bio for the camp, so you can go register. We actually have a seat on our co-CEOs, Steven McGill. He's not here right now, but he has an Instagram too, topshelf.fit. He does more so of our strength and conditioning and all the other different sports that because Top Shelf is more than just receivers as well. You know, we train kind of all.
It's a brand.
All sports, it's a brand. So.
All right, well, there you have it, man. Make sure y'all check it out. Look for it. Top Shelf Performance 2020 Wide Receiver Academy for ages 10 and 18. It's going to be in Los Angeles, California. When is it coming out here?
Probably going to do it in May.
Okay.
Yeah. Working on a date right now.
Well,
probably have it up in the next week.
It's one more page, too, at Total 360, Desmond Davidson. He made this happen for us, so you can also check him out, too. So,
it's just the beginning for Top Shelf.
Y'all, and, of course, I will stay on Desmond, like you mentioned, about it, but y'all let us know, man, what's going to happen before that.
For sure.
Get y'all back on. Talk about what's going on, what happened there, and then how everybody can get involved with the camp down here.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
Hey folks, Handsome Josh is here to reveal some big news to all the AM 1100 listeners.
I have an app.
That's right, you can now check out all your favorite programs right here on The Real with The Real 1100 app. Whether it's sports, entertainment, or lifestyle, The Real 1100 definitely has you covered.
So why don't you just tell me how much it's going to cost me?
And here's the best part. It's available in your Google Play or Apple App Store, and it's free to download.
Actually, you can count me in on this one.
So download the Real 1100 app today and stay in tune with The Real.
Attention, radio station listener. This might make you say, oh my God. Get this station in 1,500 live stations, plus a custom station you can create all in one. Right now. Download the free app now at iHeartRadio.com. Oh my God.
What's going on, guys? This is John Collins from the Atlanta Hawks. You're listening to the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Yeah, that was looking out for them, man. Hopefully it you know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna go smooth. There's some good brothers. Tell by the way, they talk football. Like I ain't gonna lie, like when
they were saying some of the stuff.
Yeah. We were trying to all right,
yeah. He said slide and pull the pull them there. Should pull.
Oh man.
They was hollering deep. They was talking college football, not just college football. They was talking football.
Right. They was talking football. Like they gonna teach them some real. It ain't just gonna be no run to the post.
And even bigger than that, what stood out, right, is like the impact that AB could have on like everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's cool that they got him on the football side playing football, but if he was handling his other side of the business, the impact he could have on you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's not too late, so hopefully he gets it.
That's a fact.
But enough of this football stuff. Football is over.
You know he gonna say that when he get on.
So we have somebody to come on to talk college basketball, the college basketball guru. This guy right here knows college basketball. I would not go to anyone else. No disrespect to Andy Katz and all them jokers. This dude right here know it. Not because he studies it, because he loves it. So that's why we go to him. He's our go-to guy. My man, Mr. Deshaun Tate. What's going on, sir?
Hey, man, y'all better not go to nobody else. Ain't nobody else. Let me tell you something. First of all, thanks for having me on. I was almost tempted to, ask the Gridiron gods if it's okay if they fill out a permission slip for me to have my basketball season back. Dude, I'm happy to. It's a lot of movement in the NBA right now. A lot of going on with college, even on the high school level. Man, I'm just thankful you guys have me on, brother.
Nah, no problem, bro. So, gotta ask you, bro. Cole Anthony, he's back. It's been a lot of talk.
For some reason.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, a lot of talk. He shouldn't have came back or not. So, evidently, you say that he shouldn't be back. Can you say why you don't think he should have came back?
Besides the fact that Carolina made their money off of him already. So I don't feel the need to risk injury when we're talking about a guy who could potentially be a top 5 pick, a guaranteed lottery pick. Why even take the risk in your situation that can only become worse by going out there and playing? Mm-hmm. And I do love people that compete. I do love that competitive edge that a lot of the guys have. We had the same question if Zion should have came back or not. Same thing with James Wiseman and so many different people. Obviously, his was a little different because it wasn't an injury-related situation. But I like the fact that I do actually like the fact that he's going to come back and play because that's what basketball is all about. I'm just being honest. If it was me, I'm not coming back. They made their money. I got to prepare myself for the draft and get ready to make mine, but I'm not going to take no chances by going out there and risking another injury, especially considering the circumstances. I thought his dad, being an NBA guy who's familiar with situations like this, probably would have encouraged his son to sit and not play. But I'm glad we're going to have a chance to see a good game tonight against Duke.
Now, speaking of that game, what can UNC do to come up with an upset?
Pray. Pray. But no, realistically, I mean, this is one of them situations where we're talking about, it's not just a rivalry. Like, this is the greatest rivalry in the sport and one of the most intense rivalries in all sports. And so with all those things being said, with that being considered, anything can happen. We haven't had to wait on March to get a little madness. It's been March Madness all season long. If you start thinking about some of these teams that were ranked in the top 10, top 5, top 3, number ones that lost to unranked teams, would it really, really, really surprise anybody to see Carolina come away with the win? Now, with that said, that's probably more than likely not going to happen. But I think that would be kind of the makeup of what we've been seeing all season long, which is all it takes is one game for you to lose. And tonight, obviously, I'm picking Duke, but it wouldn't surprise me nor shock me the least bit to see a team who's lost 80% of its scoring from last year to either A, graduation, or B, to the NBA draft to knock off Duke.
Now, speaking of that, you talk about all of the upsets and what have you. So what do you think? Do this make of a great Final Four then, because you don't have a clear number one or top 4 teams?
I think so. But in the same token, you never know. I mean, I'm enjoying it. People say college basketball is down. I think this is actually one of the better years because there's nobody that you can bank on, and that's what college basketball is about. If we love March Madness for what it is, all the upsets and the buzzer beaters and this and that, then we've been spoiled. We've been getting that all season long. Well, I've been spoiled. I know y'all been watching that football baloney, but I've been the spoiled one. So from that standpoint, I like to think that as crazy as it's been, it'll be even crazier to see March Madness roll around and then it be all chalk like it usually is, where the teams that are heavily favored end up winning the games. But I would still like to see a little bit of a mix-up. I hope it's crazy from start to finish. And there's a possibility it can be that way.
Absolutely. Now, we saw the Hawks make a bunch of moves. How has that affected what they may do in the draft and also affected the top five?
I'm not sure if it'll affect a top five draft pick. First of all, if anything, we could see that the Atlanta Hawks may decide to pass up on James Wiseman if in the event that is a possibility for them at number one or at number whatever. But if I'm them, it's plain and simple. I'm selling that pick. I'm holding on to that pick, whatever that's going to be in the lottery. More than likely, it's looking like a top five, a top three, potentially a number one. And I'm putting that on ice until all the hype builds up. Some of these silly GMs see somebody that they're targeting out of college basketball or on the international level that they want really bad. And I'm going to dangle that carrot over their head and say, hey, you want this guy? Come and get this guy. Come and take this pick. But I need a player. And I need to put a player. I wasn't overly impressed with the whole Clint Capella acquisition because I think that Clint Capella is taking advantage of multiple things. One of them being the fact that he's taking advantage of a center position that's nearly extinct in this NBA right now. And in addition to that, his skill set is not outstanding, but it is a perfect fit for what this team needed. And he's just the beginning of what could come later. So instead of it being, hey, why don't you come over here to Atlanta and we got Trae Young and then maybe a whole bunch of other ifs and possibles. I hate to call John Collins that because he's more and better than that. But in the reality, that's what it is because he's not going to be a reason that you're going to get players. But I think the combination of having a young core that's getting better, you can see that especially in the second half of this season where I think they're going to look much better than the first half. And then you add John Collins to that mix. And we have rim protectors. By the way, Trae Young's on the team. When you start factoring all of those things, I think that's when ultimately somebody can say, you know what? Let me be the guy. I want to go out there in Atlanta. And it only helps that the entertainment business is what it is right now in Atlanta and the music business. I can't see why it's not an attractive move for a free agent.
Mm-hmm. There you have it. My man Deshaun Tate's always bringing that knowledge to this show. Make sure you follow him at Tate's Take Sports. And that's Tate's, Tates. Then, am I saying it right?
Say it one more time.
Tate's Take Sports.
Tate's Take Hoops. I changed it up a little bit.
Oh, okay,
T-A-T-E. I switched it up on you a little bit. Don't worry about it. I got your back. TATES-TAKEHOOPS, where basketball lives.
So you made it. So you made it official. Forget football. It's basketball. That's all it's about.
I made it official, bro. And if y'all don't mind, I want to push as much traction and traffic to this thing as much as possible. Check out the Tate's Take podcast. It's accessible to everything, wherever you can find podcasts. That's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Red Circle, what else the other cool things? Spotify, all that stuff. No excuses. Go on there and hit subscribe. We're covering everything across the landscape of college basketball, NBA basketball, high school basketball. If you can dribble it on the hardwood and it's 94 feet long, 50 feet out, 22 feet and 1 1/3 inches out on the perimeter, and the rim is 10 feet tall, we talking about it, baby. So go and subscribe to that because I think it's awesome.
That's what's up. Man. Yes, sir. We got you, man. All right, man. Appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
tune in.
Now.
You can tune in to this radio station on any smartphone or tablet.
iPhone,
Android,
BlackBerry,
Nokia,
Samsung,
Windows phones,
or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store.
Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy.
From over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com
or your app store.
Yo, what's up? It's Allen Robinson, wide receiver for the Chicago Bears, and you're here with the three-point conversion.
Hey, what is that? Who was that? Who was that did that last drop? I ain't hear. D. Who was that did last
Oh,
drop?
that was Allen Robinson, man.
Oh, from the
That was
Bears?
Allen Robinson. All he do was
Chicago
catch 90 passes, 1,000 yards.
Okay, that's
man.
what we is. Okay, that's
that's
how we getting down. That's what's up. All right, so we are back with the Sports Lounge, the 3-point conversion Sports Lounge, and we had to bring in our cousin who we hadn't seen in a while, from Ortho Atlanta, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, Dr. Donnie Fowler III. What's going on, sir?
What's up, fellas? Enjoying this weather just like Miami, right?
We came home and it was like brr.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
You should have a great night tonight, seeing as though UNC is not really
right.
Yeah, well, I won't bore your time with that, but I'm a pessimist, and this is the kind of game that we'll lose because it's UNC. You got nothing else to play for. They're at home. It's always a good game, so I'm concerned. I'm not gonna lie.
And Cole Anthony coming back.
Right.
And Cole Anthony's back too.
Right.
So.
All right, so Luka Doncic, he's still out, and he just made All-Star appearance, or he's got voted as the starter in the All-Star game, playing with LeBron. Then it's the year that they're celebrating Kobe as well. Even though he's dealing with his ankle injury, is it healthy? Is he able to play on it? And should he play in this is going to be a big-time game? This probably be a memorable game. Or do you think he shouldn't risk playing at all in this game?
Yeah, obviously we talk about All-Star games and Pro Bowls and things like that where technically nothing's on the line. I do think this is a little different circumstances in the wake of Kobe and everything else. Initially the Mavs had said there was a chance they'd hold him out till after the All-Star break, and now they're saying they might actually try to get him in for the last game or two beforehand. So I think he'll play. I think it'll be fine. Obviously, I think there's some respect amongst the NBA players in the All-Star game. They're not obviously usually playing much defense. So I think he'll be out there, maybe not playing a lot of minutes, but I still think he'll be there.
Now, we know Joel Embiid recently came back from an injury, and he hasn't been shooting well. You think it's an effect from the injury that he had?
It's hard to say. Any time it seems silly to talk about a finger, but when you're talking about shooting and gripping a ball, certainly that can have an impact. Obviously, he just left the other night, too, with they're calling neck stiffness as well. So I think there's probably a couple different things going on with him that he's still trying to kind of figure out. And Sixers as a team, I think, need to figure some things out. But I do think there's some lingering effects from the finger, as well as it sounds like he's dealing with a neck issue now besides that as well.
So can we call him can't get right? Because that's what it seems like. He's getting bad. Like, jeez. I thought he was, and it's funny because remember the injuries was just his back and his leg or whatever. I think it was his back.
That's everything.
Now it's everything, little thing. That's horrible. Golly, that's horrible, man. But moving on to the Yankees, starting pitcher James Paxton was said to be out 3 to 4 months after the removal of a cyst in his lower back, on his lower back. Now they are saying he should be back in the first third of the season. Will this have any effect on his strength and pitch speed? And why do you think they moved it up? I understand they said the procedures went well, but is it not more important to let's just be cautious instead of rushing?
Yeah, well, of course. And I mean, I think obviously it's subject to change depending on how the rehab goes. Obviously, everybody wants a number and date right off the bat, and it doesn't always exactly work out that way. Kind of like you said, he had a cyst and essentially some disc material pinching back on his nerve and kind of spinal column. So they didn't have to fuse anything, but they did go in and, like you said, remove the disc, remove the cyst and take some of the disc out as well. So anytime you're talking about a back and you're talking about the spinal cord or nerves, you're going to be smart about it. So I don't expect it to have any lingering effects on him. It sounds like everything went well. They're just going to be, I think, smart about rehabbing him back. So obviously I think it's good to be optimistic, but things can always change depending on how the rehab starts out these first 4 to 6 weeks after the surgery.
Now, the Boston Red Sox recently traded away all-world player Mookie Betts, and they traded him to the Dodgers for Brudisar Gatterall. He recently had Tommy John surgery and missed the entire 2019 because of the shoulder injury. Was it worth the risk for that trade?
Yeah, obviously I think you talk to Red Sox fans as of now, they're going to say no, not wanting to lose Mookie Betts. He had one more year of team control. I get maybe being concerned about not being able to re-sign him after that. So going a different direction. Obviously the big news was that trade got held up because of this prospect, 21-year-old. Not only did he have the Tommy John, he also had some shoulder issues that kept him out too. So I think it's mainly the Red Sox doing their due diligence because there'll probably be, all kinds of, crazy protests and all kinds of nonsense from the fan base if this ends up being a flop. So I think they're doing their due diligence. I guess I'm not as worried about truly the Tommy John surgery. It's fortunately these days it's not usually a if, it's when, and we've seen plenty of guys now, even the top pitchers in the league, guys like DeGrom and Strasburg, et cetera, who have had Tommy John surgery and are still back at an elite level. So I think he's going to be fine. I just think the Red Sox kind of owe it to their fan base when you're trading someone away of the caliber of Mookie Betts that you make sure you got the health screen right. So.
All right, yeah, that was. I'm still shocked that they traded him. I can't believe that.
He batted, MVP, what he batted, 350 or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess they get to offload David Price and some of his contract too, but yeah, it's still a big deal.
Like, you're getting rid of a good player to save money.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
How much did this player bring you?
Yeah, I think he wanted to stay there too. So.
He did.
Yeah,
that's a homegrown talent.
Yeah, it's horrible.
He was drafted in like the 5th. Like, you don't do that, dude. That's why I'm trying to hope the Cubs don't do the same.
I know, right? All right, man. Well, we appreciate it, man. Good luck on tonight with the Duke Blue Devils. And we'll talk to you next week, sir.
Thanks. Yeah, hopefully you can't give me crap about what happens tonight, but we'll see.
He's really nervous. All right, man. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. What's on my mind?
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones, a Sucker Free Life LLC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-point conversion, where no team or no player is off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
It's time to get in the mind of Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual with What's on My Mind.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Man, I had a lot to talk about. A lot I could dive into, but I'm just gonna do this. And I already know these jokers probably not listening not because they're not listening, but I know they're working and all of this. But So we just came back from Miami covering the week of the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl. And, man, media has right now. I was listening to Kevin Durant, and he was talking about media and how he views the media, and he really don't like the media. Thank God he's been cool with me every time I've had an encounter with him, but he doesn't really like the media, and a lot of players feel that way. And I always say that's the reason why I got into this game to do this, is because I wanted to do it the right way. So I say that to say we were in Miami and we did it the right way. The way that the players, former players, celebrities, whoever, responded to us after the interview was probably the best thing I've been a part of since I've been with the three-point conversion. And I want to thank my guys because we all did it the right way. We were professional. People told us that we were professional. We were knowledgeable. We were cool. One thing I can say with us is it's where fans' opinions matter. They don't understand. We're fans, Now, even though they didn't treat us like fans, they treat us like we were cool, like this is my brother, which I appreciate all of them, from Jeezy to Deontay, all of them. But the fact that all of us, my guys, we did it the right way, and I appreciate G, my guy, The Intellectual, LA Broaders, David Evans, the photographer. Not only that, I hope I don't mess up, I like to thank Vincent Jackson. I want to thank Eric. I got to thank Alex, my man Alan, Ab, who else? Malik, Sherm, who else? Karita, who else? I don't want to mess up. Damien. I said G. Oh, Sheena. Oh, I thought G said G. Like I said, Sheena. I was about to say her then people that's been helping us with. Because, G said he the producer. I don't want to make sure I miss anything. But for real, I appreciate all of y'all, man. Just what we've become. Our name is out there. What we doing. I appreciate the support from everybody that's been supporting us, where they've given us that moral support, monetary support. I appreciate y'all. But my guys, we did it. We did it, you know what I'm saying? And we're professional. That's how we looked at, man. And that's what's on my mind.
Yeah, definitely, man. That was huge. That was real huge. Seriously, and like you said, thanks for everybody that helped support us to get there. I was gonna kind of go on that, but I'm gonna go with the.
Go ahead. Why not? It's on you.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna talk about that. What we just experienced, right? It was crazy. Like last year in Atlanta, here the Super Bowl was here. But you should have saw me and Mr. Controversy. We was running around like chickens with our head cut off, right? And what I mean by it is we was hustling. You know what I mean? We was running up, getting interviews on the fly. And for some reason, it seemed like, I don't want to say we had more interviews, but I don't know, like we was able to get more because we was just getting people as they were going to another place, right? But this year we was set. We had a table. We had everything set up. We definitely had the best table because we had our picture up there, our face. Y'all saw it if y'all follow us. It was, and everybody was giving us compliments on it. But what I appreciated more is that a lot of the football players and entertainers and everybody that came and rocked with us, they told us why they came and rocked with us. They say, man, y'all here by y'allself. Y'all came here. Is no 4-letter network. There's no other network, whatever the network is, CBS. It's none of that. It's 5 brothers that's just here. You know what I mean? And y'all know we killed them with the shirts. Yeah, I said killed, KILT, because we ain't killed them. We killed them. You know what I mean? Like we was doing our thing, and that put everybody else on notice. The first day we got that Monday, they see the shirts, yeah, all right. But every day we coming with another flavor. And that's branding. You know what I mean? And I've met a lot of people in Miami, not just at, the Super Bowl. When I went out, it's still some rappers that's down there, some entertainers, some CEOs of labels that's still hitting me. I was back in the A, and they still hitting me, asking me, man, you still here? Let's go meet up at the party and live. You know what I mean? So, man, it was very appreciative, and it just showed our wherewithal. You know what I mean? Like what we've been going through, and us putting our feet to the ground, beating it up, and trying to get what we need to get. And thanks everybody that listens, everybody that comes on the show, everybody that call in, everybody that look at it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever it's at. And it shows that people are looking and listening, even we don't think that they are, know that they are. But thanks for everybody for getting us there and helping us succeed. And we really appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. And again, like he said, LA, David, G, everybody, man, we showed up and showed out, man. I appreciate it.
Even the ones that didn't
go.
Didn't go. Then, like, you didn't see G, you didn't see LA as much, you didn't see David, but very instrumental. I mean, like I said, none of that couldn't have happened if we all didn't put in. It wasn't just Mr. Controversy and D Intellectual. I mean, everybody put in. It was equally put in, so I appreciate it, man. All right. You hear this music, you already know what it means. It means it's time to let you go, but before we let you go, we have a couple of shout-outs, and stay tuned because you might be one of them. First of all, I want to thank the Almighty God for giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, to make people happy, upset, mad, want to give me the stop it button. Man, I appreciate it, man. This is, like I said, this is like a dream come true this weekend. This is on the bucket list for all of us, and we achieved it. And also, only thing I hate is being there, all the people we met, so many celebrities, I still didn't get to meet face to face. I didn't get to see Jerry Jones, but hopefully one day I'll get that chance.
Thank you, Raphael.
No problem, Jerry. And I want to thank my guests. I got to thank Marshall Faulk. We got to thank Coach Stephon Brown, TJ Brown. Want to thank Dr. Fowler coming on as well, and Deshaun Tate for coming on. I want to thank my guys, engineer G, and my road dog D Intellectual.
Absolutely, man. Just want to thank everybody that continues to listen. Friends, family, fans, everybody that has anything to do with us. Thanks for getting us to where we are. And there's nowhere else to go but up from here.
Right, and I think everybody listen to the show. Thanks for the support. Y'all don't know what the support does for me. You know what I'm saying? That's something that is big to me and dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't get support from everybody you want them to, but the support I'm getting from, that's all that matters. I want to thank my family. I appreciate them, love them. All my family. I can't mention them all, but all my family. I also want to thank the Play Cousins as well. Let family know that you love them while you're still alive. Of course, you see that. Why I say that every day. We saw what happened. I mean, everybody died every day, but a lot of people die every day. But this big tragedy we saw. So love on your family. Let them know you love them while they're still alive. Eat good. Watch some sports. And until then, next week, and be safe. Same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. Will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. You just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.
How dare you?
Stop it.